Vault Dweller 815 here. Welcome back to the channel. Here are my Homefront beta impressions. I'm going to start off with what I liked. Start off with, I kind of like the guns that you unlock in the game. At least in the beta, there's a huge variety of weapons, but what I did see, I did like. I did feel that they were extremely big, in my opinion, like character to gun ratio, size-wise. I felt they're a little oversized, but I did think the gun models look good, and I liked the way that what you could do to customize them in-game. You could just, pop up a menu. It actually doesn't really pop up a menu. It's in-game, don't pause or anything, and you're able to change all the attachments on the gun. I thought that was real nifty and whatnot. I also thought when you're first starting out with your character, instead of having like choosing like a class or anything like that, you choose a starting background, which gives you a perk for a specific skill tree. So, like for instance, if you're a baseball player, you'd be really good with bats or melee hits. You get a bigger melee hit. That kind of goes into, I did like their skill trees. I liked what you could choose. Anytime you level up, anytime you level up, you gain a new skill point that you can choose, that you can use on a couple different skill trees relating to, craftable items, weapons you use, how fast you are, basic stuff in games these days. I also felt being able to, craft your explosives and whatnot on the fly was kind of cool. Being able to, put a Molotov together and use that a couple minutes later on a couple of enemies. It's pretty cool. And I also thought there was a very clean UI in the game. I thought it was very simple in the game. When I say in the game, I mean in game. As you're playing, I thought it was a very clean UI, popped up, and it was simple, but again, like I said, clean. Now I'm going to transfer into kind of what I didn't like about the game, and I'm going to be fairly blunt here. The few things I said, right then, it's pretty much all I liked. Everything else was, I didn't feel was up to par with modern shooters. One, I felt the load times. Again, I understand this is a beta, but load times were incredibly long. Also, I didn't lag out of any matches or anything, but it probably took, for one time, it took almost 15 minutes for me to actually get connected to a lobby. Again, I understand it's a beta, so they're working out all the kinks, but that definitely needs to be fixed before they launch the game. Also, the game frame rate was very choppy. It wasn't even in high intensity situations. I'm playing on the Xbox One, so I understand I'm not playing on like a gaming PC or anything, but if they're going to release it on the Xbox One, it better be working on the Xbox One. So, again, the game frame rate was extremely... I feel like it's a 30 frames per second type of game, is what they're trying to hit, and I don't know what it was hitting exactly, but frame rate was going way down on low intensity situations, and on high intensity situations with a whole bunch of explosions going on, it would go way down. That would then make the difficulty of the game hard. It's hard to just do anything in the game. I mean, if I'm getting hit, it sometimes takes a second for it to register, and then the next thing you know, half my health is gone. Or when I'm shooting something, because ammo is a scarcity in the game. It's basically at each checkpoint you get ammo, and every once in a while you get it off of enemies, and it makes it very hard to pick up. It makes it very hard to. It just makes the game really hard to play. Other than also in the beta, there's only 3 missions that I found, and I didn't think they were all that great. I mean, they're just, you know, there was one infiltration mission, kind of, sort of. You infiltrated a base, and then you hijacked some cars, and then you protected those cars for. To be honest, there was 2 missions the two missions that I played. I died. And once you fail, you have to start all over. And I just didn't even want to do it. I was having such a rough time with it. Not because I couldn't play it, not because I don't know how to play the game or anything like that, but just because, again, this is an extremely difficult game due to it being a very choppy game, and I feel it's obviously unfinished. I understand. I just don't know where to. I don't know what to talk about anymore about it other than overall I felt it was very incomplete, and at this point I don't even think it should have been released as an open beta. It should have been a closed beta that they then worked on and released an open beta where it was much more, I guess, polished is a good word to put. But yeah, there you have it. Continue watching the video if you like. Anyways, you have a great day, and please comment, like, and subscribe. Bye.
Just buy us more time.
I hate being right all the time. Okay, people, look alive. We have more incoming.
Safe house is clear. The Norks have figured us out. We need you all back here to establish a perimeter around the safe house.
On my mark. You won't have long to get out of here. I got a flex. Fighting, and you'll make it out alive. Thanks, man.
shifting their assault to the east. I need you to head over there and help out the Eagles. We need a little more time to clear out the safe house.
We're getting overwhelmed here. We need support fucking urgently.
Wraiths, you're the only other team in the zone. Get over there and pull the Eagles out of the fire.
I'm glad you folks joined the party. Get stuck in this extended funding. Thanks for the help. It was starting to look bad for us. Eagles, get your shit together. I doubt that's the last we've seen of the Norks today.
Heads up. There's more KPA moving in on your position. The evacuation is almost complete. Just buy us more time.
I hate being right all the time. Okay, people, look alive. We have a Hornet coming.
Okay, people. The safe house is clear. The Norks have figured us out. We need you all back here to establish a perimeter around the safe house. Position just a little longer. Break the safe house to blow. I'll let you know when it's time for you to pull out.
Roger that, dispatch. Okay, people, this is where we hold them. Get ready to fall back on my mark. We won't have long to get out of here. I got a flex.